I'm always striving to give you the most efficient education so you can make fast progress with ease. Now, in this particular podcast lesson, that's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna teach you the only modern jazz chord you'll ever need. Now, obviously that's an exaggeration, but when you use this chord, you can transform it, you can mold it, right? And you can change it into a lot of different types of modern atmospheres. And when you use it as the basis for your foundation to create a modern jazz sound, you're going to ensure you create success in that modern atmosphere. My name is Brendan Lowe, creator and founder of jazpschoolcom. Don't forget to go to jazpschoolcom to check out all the other amazing free education we have available. And if you're interested in diving deeper into your jazz piano journey and getting some more education, we do have a membership, courses, and even live teaching programs available for you. With that being said, let's dive right in.
Hey everybody, Sterling here with another podcast tutorial. Today I'm showing you the only jazz chord that you'll need. And this is a voicing with several different inversions that can be applied in a variety of settings just to really give you that modern sound that you're looking for. This sound is used in compositions by musicians that we know and love, like Kurt Rosenwinkel, Walter Smith, Ambrose, Akim Missouri, not just pianists, all kinds of instrumentalists use this sound. And I'm going to show you today how to get your hands on the keyboard and practice this chord so that you can use it in your voicings, you can use it in your comping, you can use it in your compositions. It applies in a variety of scenarios and just has a really great sound. So let's get into it. The voicing that I used in the key of D minor looks like this. So it's going to have the 3rd, the 11th, also known as the 4th, the 7th, and the 9th. This is what we call a minor 11th chord. Now we're going to look at some different applications for this voicing later on, but for now we're going to use the context of a minor sound, so a minor 11 sound. The beauty of this voicing is that it has upper extensions, including both the 9th and the 11th. If we had just a plain root position minor 11th chord, it would look like this. So stacked thirds. Somebody like Bill Evans would play a minor 11th chord with this voicing because it's a little more traditional, and it's got all the chord tones in it. But we're going to substitute this 11th on top and place it in the middle of the voicing, which creates this really nice minor second interval. And to me, this is really the key. The key to this voicing is the minor second interval in the middle and the major 7th between the 9th and the 3rd. That really gives us that crunch. And if we invert that to put the 9th in the middle of the voicing, we get this crunchy minor second interval. So we're going to play with all different combinations of inversions for this voicing, and it's going to give us different sounds each time. So this is the main inversion that I want you to know and to practice. So I'd recommend just taking this all around the circle of fourths. So we're going to start with D minor, G minor, C minor, F minor, B flat minor, E flat minor, A flat minor, D flat, F sharp or G flat, B minor, and be careful when you get down here, it might be too low, so I'd recommend taking it up the octave. If it's down here, it kind of loses the quality, it's a little too muddy. So we'll go B minor up here, E minor, A minor, and then we're back to D. And man, really has a nice quality down here in the lower register. This is probably the lowest I would play this voicing. If you go as far as C, it starts to get a little muddy, so that's up to you. But I would practice taking this voicing all around the circle of fourths. Next we're going to do another inversion, just like we said. So D minor 11 with the 9th on top, let's try it with the ninth on the bottom. Then we have this really beautiful cluster in the middle, E, F, G. That's the ninth, the third, and the 11th. We don't really call it the 10th because the third is the third, but when we get up into the upper extensions, we want to use those higher numbers, the 9th, the 11th, the 13, right? So we have the 9th, the 3rd, and the 11th with the 7th on top. So before we had the 9th on top, now we have the 9th on the bottom with the 7th on top. So just as before, I'm going to take this through all four, all the circle of fourths. If you want, you can throw on a metronome, do maybe 4 beats per chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And then we're back. So there's one more inversion of this voicing I want to show you. We had the 9th on the bottom, we had the 9th on the top. Now we can take that 11th from the middle, and instead of having this major second interval, we can flip it up and create this nice open sounding voicing with the interval of a major ninth in the right hand. So we have root, third, 7th, 9th, 11th. So let's take this through the circle of fourths, and we can start to add a little bit of flavor, with some arpeggios in the voicing too. We can, instead of just playing it, all at once, it can get a little repetitive, a little boring. Let's spice it up a little bit. So we can add, some tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. So a beautiful sound with that minor 11th chord. Starts to sound kind of like Pat Metheny, So a lot of applications for that chord, it's a really flexible chord. So let's talk about some different ways that we can use this chord. We were just doing it in a cycle of fourths. You could also go backwards in the circle of fourths, which is a cool sound. So that's a cool way to practice the chord too, in the opposite order. This chord tends to sound really well going through different intervals in the bass. So like you could try doing it in minor thirds, you could try doing it in major thirds. We just did fourths and fifths. There's a particular composition that I know that some of you may be familiar with, and that is Cyclic Episode by Sam Rivers, the great tenor saxophonist. And Walter Smith actually has a great cover of this if you haven't heard it on his album Casually Introducing. Shout out to Walter. And Sam Rivers wrote this, in the 1960s. So this chord has been around for a long time, but he was really the first, I think, to start transposing it in this way. I think there were some earlier musicians, maybe like Woody Shaw, Joe Henderson, started using minor seventh chords going in minor thirds, but Sam Rivers was, I believe, one of the first to use the minor 11, which I think is a really cool sound. So the tune, if you don't know it, it goes something like this. That's the melody. It's a quick tune, 16 bars. But the beautiful thing is, right off the bat, we have these minor 11th chords going up in minor thirds, starting from B flat. So B flat, D flat, E, G, C, Then we have a dominant chord, G minor, and then a 2-5-1. And there's our friend D minor 11, followed by B minor, A flat, F, and then D. And there's a couple sort of more chromatic chords before an E minor 11, and then F sharp minor 11, which takes us back to B flat. That's a pretty cool resolution at the end. F sharp minor, B flat minor. Sort of like a tritone substitution of sorts. So a lot of minor 11th chords in this tune. So I would recommend grab a lead sheet of this one and try practicing your minor 11th voicings using the tune Cyclic episode. So we'll have practice materials for you so that you can practice all three of these inversions that I just showed you around the circle of fourths, and you can use them in your compositions. You can practice improvising over them, and it should really give you more access to this modern sound. So hope you enjoyed this lesson, and leave a like and some comments in the section below if you have any questions or if there's more you'd like to hear about this topic. So thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next time.
All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Don't forget to go to jazpschoolcom to check out all of our free, amazing education, all of the free podcast blogs. We do have a membership if you're looking to take a next step forward with us, get access to over 1,000 different jazz piano videos, playbooks, mini courses, a main course curriculum, success path, and so much more. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at support@jazpschoolcom. I hope you have a wonderful day, and as always, happy practicing.